an amazing oil. It's in most of your enrolment packs. We absolutely love it for quite a few reasons. You can use it widely. I make cleaning products with my peppermint oil. It's fantastic in the kitchen for bench tops and things. It'll help keep the ants away and insects. Great for cleaning floors and things.
I used it on my floors the other day, and I also put a couple of drops into my whites wash, and it always makes the whites come out a little bit brighter.
Really good. It is also a really invigorating oil, so it's great if you didn't need a little pick-me-up, which Blanche and I are going to do right now, because we're going to power on today. So today we've chosen 3 of our favourite oils: frankincense, peppermint and wild orange. So we're just going to have a little drop each.
This is really good as well to do for the kids as well at the start of the day. You don't want to apply oils, necessarily on your skin, but the smell, if you just rub them into your hands,
it is
and take a bit of a whiff of it, I think it's something that really just gets you, invigorated for the day. And so to do that for your kids as well, to give them that little bit of a smell before they leave the house to head out to school, is something that can really get the senses going and make them feel a little bit more enthusiastic about their day. So peppermint oil is great for that.
It is.
And it is so delicious.
And the other thing probably the main reason we love peppermint oil is to cook with it. We absolutely love cooking with it.
We do. So our main thing is plant-based eating. We actually run a business together which is all about plant-based eating, and that is one of the reasons why we came across the oils and why we love them so much, because for us, although we do a lot of other things with them, we also cook with them. And it's something that we feel makes a real impact in our cooking life and with our families. So one of the things that we love doing is ice cream. This is a peppermint chopped chip nice cream, we call it, because we're plant-based. We don't use any animal products. And so for this, it's perfect for anybody who is dairy-free or just wanting something a little bit lighter or a bit different for dessert or a snack.
Yeah, and it's a great healthy option for the kids. So rather than ice cream, this is actually pretty nutritious. So
that's it. It's got a lot of extra nutrition in it, and also combines with the oils so that they get that
lovely flavour.
Little bit extra flavour,
So, sorry about these.
So, to start, we have frozen bananas.
Yes. Just a hint, if you don't already freeze bananas, I'm sure most of you do, but for those of you who don't, it's so worth doing, especially if they start to go brown. Really good to pop them in there. Just take the skin off first, pop them in a container. They are great. You just throw them in smoothies. You can actually defrost them a little bit, use them in baking instead of an egg. They are fantastic, but they're also magnificent for ice cream.
Yes.
So just pop 4 of those in here.
We will be putting the recipe link on the post as well for you, so that you can refer back to that recipe. But we just try and combine the ingredients into our Thermomix or whatever mixer that you've got. The avocado, we just use a small amount just to give it a little bit of the green colour. So about 1/4 of the avocado is fine.
And that's got some great oils in there too, so that's really healthy.
Healthy oils in there.
Okay.
All right, coconut milk. So now you don't want to go overboard with your coconut milk because it will become too runny. So we're just going to include a 1/4 cup in this one. You can also use a coconut cream if you want something a little bit thicker. I actually have also before put my bowl in the fridge prior to, so that it does, keep it quite cool, especially if you're doing this in summer or in the warmer months.
And then the main ingredient.
Peppermint oil.
So,
so say 2 drops, 2 to 3 drops. Now you want to be a bit careful, because when you put this in, I have found that the flavour develops over time. So if you get carried away and put 5 drops in, all you're going to taste is peppermint, because it is a very high concentration of menthol in the peppermint oil, which is why it's such a good quality. But you don't want to put too much in there, and especially if you're going to be sharing this with your kids and your family members, they don't want to just taste peppermint oil. So go easy. And if you double the recipe batch, you don't necessarily double the peppermint oil, because it really will develop over time. Trust me on that.
And what I'd recommend is what you would do now is you pop this, start blending it. So you don't put the chopped chips in just yet. You blend it. It's quite noisy, so that's why we've actually made one before.
Yep.
But I just scrape it down the side and just mix it till it's nice and smooth and ice cream like. And at that point, just have a little taste, because you'll know then whether you need a little bit more peppermint. You could always add it before you add your choc chips.
Yeah.
So what we will do after this is make a second batch, but we'll save you the noise.
That's lunch for us. We'll have that one later.
And here's one we made earlier. So that's it, all done and dusted. We've actually already added the chocolate chips. I've got some more here, which we're going to use for decoration and also for our other batch.
Yeah.
And also, it's quite easy to buy some plant-based chocolates too. So most of the dark chocolate around the place is plant-based, so you can always give that a try. So that will be completely lactose-free then. So this is the delicious end product.
Yep. A lot of people are always surprised that you can make an ice cream without an ice cream maker, which if you've got a Thermomix, I'm sure you would know that it actually isn't that difficult to do, and especially with the frozen bananas. You could also freeze your coconut milk as well, just if you were concerned, or if it is a particularly hot day and you're concerned that it might not freeze as much as it needs to. But yeah, we always find it's not a problem. So there you go.
It's absolutely perfect. So there's choc chips in the ice cream, but I've just garnished it with a little bit extra. And that's actually, believe it or not, actually quite nutritious.
It's quite nutritious.
Food. So,
yeah.
you know, your kids could have that with, you know, as a healthy dessert.
Yeah. So ice cream's not the only thing that you can make with peppermint oil. You can make raw balls, brownies, chocolate mousses. There's all sorts. I mean, my favourite is combining with chocolate.
Yes.
That is a bit of a thing for us. But you can get really creative, and you can, you know, do so much with it in cooking as well as other oils. You know, even the lavender yesterday, you probably saw a few posts about what you can do with the lavender oil as well in cooking.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's us. We hope you give it a go, because it is super delicious. You won't regret it, and it is packed full of nutrients. Really, you know, quite a good option for your kids for desserts or for snacks after school, and makes use of the gorgeous peppermint oil.